Hi, I'm Sarah, a trainer from Fashion Makerspace. Today is the third episode of Sewing Snacks and Hacks. So if you do not have a serger or overlocker, this next tip is for you. You just need a normal sewing machine. So what you will need is just a very basic sewing machine with at least a zigzag stitch. That will do. However, if you have other patterns like this overcasting stitches, it will be a bonus. Finishing your raw edges with a zigzag stitch will be better for lightweight to medium weight fabrics. So things like chiffon, cotton voile, and those that are thinner. Okay, over here on my machine, I have the zigzag function, so you can just go ahead and set it on. I will leave it as default, stitch width 5, stitch length 2. Okay, so I will show you how it will look like. When you have your zigzag stitch set, your machine will start to sew from side to side. So this is how your needle will pivot from the left to the right continuously as you sew through your edge. So if you look closely, on your universal or standard footer, there are actually grooves on the right side here, which corresponds pretty close to the right side position of the needle. And then there's another one on the left, which is near to the other groove. Okay, so if you like to finish your raw edge, where is good to align will be just before the groove here, so that it's sewing slightly off the fabric and then back into the fabric when the needle goes back into the left side. I will show you a close-up to see how it goes. Over here, I have a clearer view of the footer grooves. So this is the one on the right, middle, and left side. Okay, so where you will align your fabric is just before the right groove, meaning as you sew, it will be positioned over here. Okay, so keep aligning it to the same point as you sew all the way down the edge. So how it goes is, when your needle is on the right side, over here it will be sewing off the fabric, and then as it goes down onto the next position, which is the left side, it will catch the fabric. So it will be wrapping the raw edge all the way down. Now I have my fabric aligned right to the side of the groove here. So we will sew and cover the raw edges. Okay, so this is how the finished look is. These fraying bits are from earlier on, which came out after the cutting process. So you may just trim it off. The rest will pretty much stay in place and not fray further. Okay. The reason why you have all these pieces is the difference between sewing machine and serger machines is that sergers have a blade to neaten up the sides to cut off all these fraying bits. The next stitch I'll be showing you is overcasting stitch. So this one and this are the two variations. Now I will show you the overcasting stitch on the opposite side of my scrap fabric here. Align it to the same groove and just sew straight. This is the finished look of your raw edges after being covered by stitches. Okay, so same thing. You may trim off all these fraying bits, but everything else will be secure. Another extra tip for you is, if you happen to have this overcasting footer, which usually comes with the sewing machine, it will help you to prevent the edges from curling, especially for thinner fabrics. It will make it flat. So over here, this is the one using the overcasting footer compared to the one without. Okay, so you can see a slight curling around the edges for the one without. As for the one with the footer, it stays pretty flat and even. Okay, I will show you how to use this footer in a bit. Simply detach your normal or standard footer and then clip your overcasting footer on the same bar. Okay, so if I were to zoom in the overcasting footer, there's actually a middle metal piece here. It has a little bit of height, or like a little mountain. What it does is to prevent the thread from being too tight, so it will help to ease a little bit of tension. Okay, so same thing, I will align the edge of my fabric to just beside the blade or guide here. So it actually has a metal piece to guide your fabric through. So align it to that guide and then just sew straight. So keep it aligned to this metal piece. So that's it for today's episode of Sewing Snacks and Hacks. Next week we'll be covering how to use a concealed zipper foot. See you!